We turn now to House Speaker Mike Johnson, who delivered remarks earlier today, but he didn't comment on Arizona's near-total abortion ban. Let's bring in ABC's Jay O'Brien. He's joining me now from Capitol Hill for more. So, Jay, we know that you were in the room where Mike Johnson spoke and asked about the ban in Arizona. What did he have to say about that?
So he doesn't bring it up in the room there, Morgan. He doesn't take the question on it. And then, of course, he comes out here to the hallway outside where he holds the press conference and starts walking back to his office. And the question I asked him was, does he believe that he is aligned with former President Trump on this issue of abortions? Because putting aside the Arizona ban, although it is very much related to this, former President Trump had said that he believes abortion should be an issue taken up by the states and there should not be a federal abortion ban. And he got serious pushback from a number of conservatives, Lindsey Graham among them, a staunch Trump ally typically, saying that they believe that Trump was wrong, that they believe that there should be some kind of national abortion legislation. We know that Mike Johnson is deeply conservative. He's also deeply religious. He's deeply anti-abortion. And so it's curious where he will land on this eventual issue. Does he want to break with Trump and say that this is an issue that the Congress should take up, or does he align himself with Trump and say that this is an issue that the state should take up, with Trump making that clear political calculus that this is such a potent election year issue that he doesn't want to go out on the political limb and say that there should be some kind of national abortion legislation, Morgan?
Yeah, and we'll see if he actually speaks on this. And Jay, while I have you, House Speaker Johnson also mentioned the motion to oust him filed by Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Where does that stand, and what did he say about that?
So Marjorie Taylor Greene hasn't taken the procedural step necessary to force a vote to oust Johnson, but she's taken the first step. She described it as a warning shot against Johnson. And since she made that quote-unquote warning shot, she's only upped the pressure on the speaker and upped her criticism of him for averting a government shutdown, for instance, by working with Democrats, by potentially bringing Ukraine aid to the floor, although it's an open question if he actually does bring Ukraine aid to the floor. We know that Johnson and Marjorie Taylor Greene will meet today, not long from now. They have not spoken over the last 2 weeks when Congress has been out on recess, but they will meet. Johnson saying that he believes ousting him would be, of course, unproductive. It would throw the House back into chaos like when McCarthy was ousted and they went those 22 days without a Speaker of the House and the House floor was paralyzed. He also got a question as to whether or not he's talked to former President Trump about this issue, the leader of the Republican Party, about potentially trying to help him if Marjorie Taylor Greene does go forward with trying to oust him. Johnson says he's not going to talk about any kind of conversations he's had with the former president. And so the question hanging over Mike Johnson is, can he and Marjorie Taylor Greene put their differences to bed in this one-on-one meeting this morning, or does Marjorie Taylor Greene continue to be a thorn in Johnson's side over the course of his speakership?
Yeah, Jay, and I know that you'll be tracking that meeting. Let's talk Speaker Johnson. We know that he delayed the impeachment trial of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to next week. That's when that's set. Why was that done? What does it mean for the Senate?
It was a political calculus on the Speaker's part, it appears, Morgan. The Senate flies out on Friday. They don't work the 5 days that you and I work. And so there were Republican senators who had said to Johnson, we know from our sources, that they wanted him to push this passing of the articles over to the Senate into next week, to give the Senate the entire week to take this up and make sure that every single Republican was frankly there and in attendance.
All right, ABC's Jay O'Brien live for us on Capitol Hill. Thank you so much for weighing in on that.